Hey, what is going on, you sexy interns? This is TJ or Boss Sam, and I just got woken up by an earthquake. And if you live in Southern California, you probably felt that earthquake as well. There was one last night around 11:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, 4.4 magnitude. This morning at 9 something, another earthquake, 4.5 magnitude. And when you live in California, earthquakes are your main, natural disaster, I guess. And most of the earthquakes you feel are like really small, and then the majority of the earthquakes you can't even feel at all. So when there's actually an earthquake that shakes kind of violently, like a 4.4, 4.5 earthquake, then people start getting all scared, posting all these statuses on Facebook. It's kind of funny watching all these posts on Facebook. But anyway, never mind the earthquake. Let's talk about the AK47. AK47 is what I would probably think is the most famous gun in the world. Because whenever you think of guns, you can think of an AK47. It's pretty simple, pretty standard. You think of an AK47, you think of Desert Eagles, you think of an M16. And those are probably the most famous guns in the world that I can think of, at least. And no doubt, because the AK-47 is a really solid weapon. It's really powerful, but it does have some kick to it. When Modern Warfare 3 first came out, the AK-47 in this game had a lot of kick to it. The recoil was pretty intense, so a lot of people actually chose to stray away from the AK-47. There were new guns in Modern Warfare 3 that people went to, like the Type 95 and guns like that kind of annoy me, but AK-47 has always been one of my favorite guns of all time. In Call of Duty 4, the AK-47 was phenomenal. In Modern Warfare 2, AK-47 was pretty good. I used to rock it with silencer because, I just liked having the ability to stay silent. But I also rocked it with FMJ or extended mags, but I preferred FMJ as my primary go-to attachment. And then in Black Ops, I would have to say that AK-47 was my favorite AK-47 of all time. I didn't even like the way Black Ops felt when I first played it, but I loved the way the AK-47 in that game felt. I didn't even have it that long because I just prestiged once on Black Ops and then I just almost never played it again, or at least I never got to level 38 again to use the AK-47. But I have to say the Black Ops AK-47 is still my favorite AK-47 to date. And then when Modern Warfare 3 first came out and I used the AK-47 for the first time, man, I was really disappointed. Because I was like, what did they do to this gun? They made the recoil a lot harder to manage, and you almost never saw a person using an AK-47 anymore. It was pretty sad, I would have to say. A gun so famous as the AK-47 that almost nobody would use it in a game, which is kind of mind-blowing for me. But now, after the recent patch, they fixed the recoil on the AK-47, and by fix, I mean it as this is the way I think it should have been when the game first came out. Or a little bit more recoil is fine, because now I think the AK-47 is like a laser rifle. You aim it somewhere, it shoots that way. You can hold down the trigger, you can spray for days, and there won't be any recoil there. It's kind of ridiculous. If I would have to compare the AK-47 to a weapon now, it'd probably be the Scar L. It kills in around 3 to 4 bullets, such as the Scar L, and it has the recoil of a Scar L, which is almost non-existent. I might even go so far as to compare it to the ACR. It's that good now, I think. And this is the first gameplay I've gotten with the AK-47 after the patch, and I just unlocked silencer and kick the game like right before this game, and then I dropped the MOAB, the first game that I put on silencer and kick. Personally, I still think silencer and kick is a great way to rock this gun, but if you have extended mags now, I think you should just use attachment, silencer, and extended mags, because the kick proficiency isn't as necessary, because after they reduce the recoil already, you have a lot more room to try out different attachments. I believe that the AK-47 is a lot more versatile now, and personally I really enjoy weapons that are versatile. the ability to put on different attachments, different proficiencies, really makes me happy when I'm using a gun. So the AK47 is now one of my go-to weapons. It's really good now, and I have to say that you guys have to try it. It still kills in the same amount of bullets, 3 to 4, has the same range, it has the same everything except for the fact that the recoil is a lot easier to manage now, and just spray for days. I'm just saying, AK-47 is a phenomenal weapon now, and the main issue before was having your bullets land, and now that isn't a problem. The AK-47 is a completely good weapon now, so hopefully you guys do go try it. So yeah, that has been my executive analysis of it. So hopefully you guys will try out the AK-47, and maybe you guys will get MOABs with it as well. So yeah, you guys have been the interns, I've been the boss. Consider yourselves experienced. This is Boss Sam or TJ, bringing you guys an AK-47 MOAB on the map Interchange, and I'm out. Peace.